Hey, how y'all doing out there? What's up, family? I'm here. First of all, thank you, Most High, for getting me here. Let me be here. Let me be able to give this message out to the people that need it the most. Some things I like to say. Thank you, first of all. Thank you for all my supporters that's been out there watching me and journeying with me through this time. Even though it's chaos out in the world, we still stuck together and we showing love, so we growing. And I appreciate that. I don't know, we think 3K, a little bit more than 3K. That's cool. It's not what I never came on here for that. That's not what I came on here, but I am thankful. I am grateful for it. But today I want to talk about, let's just talk about some things. The world is starting to tumble into turmoil just a little bit more. But their love is also starting to rise. So it's starting to be equalized, it's starting to balance out a little bit. And that's good because, it takes step by step. We can't just jump into it. We jump into it full-fledged and we will miss something, and this time we're not missing anything. We're going through step by step. We're eliminating all corruption at every level. So let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. I mean, it may not seem like much now, but it's working. It's working. We got to keep our foot on the pedal and keep going forward, full throttle, with love, with peace. That's how we win. My mother always told me one thing, you kill them with kindness. So if you really want to hurt a person, you want to not really hurt them, but if you really want to set an example or put a person in their place, smile at them, give them a wave, say hello, good morning, love you, pray for you, all that kind of stuff, because that irritates something inside of them. It shakes something up inside their soul, makes them become more human again. You're bringing them from that dark era of their life. Not saying the darkness is bad, but I'm just saying, just listen, the dark era of their life, that low vibrational period in their life. And you make them realize that they have the potential to become something lighter, something better, a version of themselves that they didn't even plan to be. And that's what my journey has been about from here. What I'm saying? It's been about bringing out the people's voice, bringing out the people's power, bringing out their potential, bringing out their light, showing them that we can do it, especially if we stick together. But if we are doing it alone, if we're doing it within ourselves and we're trying to make ourselves better, we have to do that self introspection. And it's going to be hard. It's going to be tumultuous because there's nobody there to help you. You might feel like you're alone, but you're not alone. You got your spirit. You got your spirit guide. You got your spirit team there. You got God and all the angels and everything else. Your ancestors are there. They're backing you up. You have people that's around you maybe that love you inside your family. And for those that don't have family around or love them like that, then you can love yourself just as much. And you do love yourself by waking up every morning. You show yourself that love, feeding yourself that food, doing some exercise, going to work, taking care of your stuff, keeping a roof over your head if you have one. If you don't, then you're keeping yourself warm. Either way, you're still taking care of yourself. So you do have love for yourself by taking care of yourself. If you didn't, you would just sit there and die. And I don't mean it like that. Death is not a thing that I'm scared of. So I usually just say it because, fearing death is like fearing life because it's a part of life. It happens. I mean, it hurts, but it does happen. It's just in a sentence, it's releasing the soul back into the universe where it began. And that's my theory on that. Now, like I said, I don't care. I really don't give any craps about if somebody likes it or don't like it or agree with it or don't agree with it. That's your free will. That's what you have the right to do. But what I will not do is hold my tongue and not speak my words because you do not agree with it. I'm not supposed to agree with you. I'm not supposed to be on the same page with you all the time. I'm an individual. I'm unique. We're all unique to each other. What I'm supposed to do is understand what you're going through. And, hopefully we can relate or come to a similarity or come to an understanding about each other's lives, learning from each other. That's what I'm about. Because my curiosity is so strong that it wants to learn about everything and everyone around me. Whether it's good or bad, doesn't matter. I want to learn about it. Because the more I learn about it, the more I understand. And I don't fear the unknown, I walk towards it. So if I don't know about something, that just draws me to it more. So I can understand it. Not saying that I immerse myself or absorb what they give me. No, I don't absorb the energies, but I do recognize them. And I put it in my memory banks just in case I see it again. I know exactly what it is. See, I'm not confused that way. And that's the way we should all be. We should not be fearing the unknown. We should always embrace it. Step forward towards it. Walk into the darkness instead of walking away from it. You know, I came across a thought. And people usually define fear as running away. How come people don't ever describe fear as walking towards it? You know, in that energy, as saying, okay, well, I have a fear, but I'm getting through it. That kind of energy. Then saying, you know, oh, there's a fear, I have to run from it. You don't have to run away from your fears because the fear is just the unknown. And run away from the unknown and you don't learn anything, right? So if you want to learn something, you have to move towards the fears. You have to move towards the unknown. You have to overcome those fears, regardless of how scary it may be. It's only scary because you don't know what it is. If you take the first step, you'll start to understand. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what's inside the egg until you crack it, right? You know, you don't know if it might be rotten. It might not be. You might get two yolks. You don't know. So you don't know what that is. You have to crack open the egg to see what it is first. You don't know what's inside of it, but you have to crack it open. Like opening a present on Christmas Day. You don't know what's inside that Christmas wrapping. You may shake the box. You may grab it and, you know, try to weigh it out like you're a scale. You can use your imagination, you know, go back into your memory and think, oh, well, I asked for this and I asked for that, but you don't know exactly what's in the box. That's the same thing. Paper off and you see what's that. Come across life. You have to understand the unknown, walk into it. So now we're coming into a time we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know. We can't see what the future is going to be because we're so clouded about all the corruption, all the dirt, and all the greed and everything else that's out there that's holding us back. But if we walk towards that fear and we overcome it, and we understand it, we start knowing what it is, we can recognize it, and then we can solve the problem. See, right now we just have a bunch of questions without solutions. It's time for us to start using those solutions. Okay? So, saying that, I want to thank everybody for working with me, taking this journey, and keeping your mind open. Keep your hearts open. All right? And speak. I want to see more of y'all speaking. All right? I love you guys. And until next time, my truth seekers, my divine seers, peace. Love you.